Good morning. It's April 7th. Like an idiot, I looked at the weather report last night, or yesterday morning, and they kept on saying there was going to be heavy rain all day, so I didn't hike, and it didn't rain. Today I'm hiking because I have no food, and it's raining. So, that's what I get for trying to avoid the rain. I just need to learn how to say fuck it and hiking anyway. Anyway, I've got a single packet of instant pea soup left, and I'm 6 miles from the road, so I've got to hike today, despite the fact that I don't want to. Should have hiked yesterday, but I didn't, because I'm an idiot. Alright, I gotta put my phone away and focus on the wet, muddy ground. So I just slipped in the mud there. My one leg went forward, I landed on my other knee. Oh, it's not good. And I still have a better part of 6 miles to go to get to a road, so there's nothing for it but to force myself to keep walking on an injured knee, which is not great. Oh, hello. Just missed it. I slipped in the mud there. So check that out. So that right there, that stream right there, is the trail. Oof. My socks and shoes are completely soaked. Fortunately, it has stopped raining, and I switched out of my poncho and into my yellow bean storm fleece coat. Sweatshirt, whatever you want to call it. Unfortunately, I am not being sponsored by LL Bean or by anybody, so oh well. Keep hiking. Almost to the top of Hump Mountain. After that, it's like 4.5 miles downhill to the road. Unfortunately, all of the hostels are full. Mountain Harbor currently doesn't have their hostel up, thanks to Helena. So there's really no place to stay once I get to the road. I'll have to sleep in my wet tent and my wet sleeping bag and my wet clothes. All my socks are soaked. And I feel like I'm coming down with another cold. Got a stuffy nose. There's another hiker here. He just passed me. I can't really see him, even though he's only 20 yards ahead of me. So, still heading down. I haven't gotten to Doll Flats yet, so I've got a few more miles. But you can hear water running underneath the rocks here, but there's no visible water source. Isn't that cool? This mountain, Hump Mountain that I'm coming down off of, the backside seems to have dozens of springs and streams coming out of it. I recorded that one that you couldn't see, you could hear but not see. Obviously you can see this one, but there's probably been, a dozen different springs that I've passed already that I didn't bother recording because they were just like little water bubbling up out of the mountain. I've given up trying to keep my feet dry. I am wearing my waterproof socks, but even them, they're pretty sodden. My feet are probably gonna look like they've been in a bathtub when I take my boots off at some point. But there's nothing I can do about that. They're completely soaked. Like I said, this whole mountainside seems to be weeping water. Now, part of that sure is because it rained, but I mean, so many springs. There's another one down there. I'll see if I can't get closer without falling or dropping my phone. It's slippery as freak. I've already fallen 4 times today. 3 of them were just bumps onto my butt. But the first time, I wrenched my knee pretty bad. It doesn't hurt per se right now, but I've had this type of injury before, and I suspect that once I rest and stop hiking, my knee's going to stiffen up and I won't be able to walk at all tomorrow. But again, just more water is pouring off this mountain like crazy. I mean, look at all the moss. The moss just tells you how much water there is on this side of the mountain normally. Look at this. This is a massive earthworm. It's like 18 inches long at least. I thought it was a snake at first. Oh, startled the shit out of me when I saw it. Well, that is a big ass earthworm. For reference sizes, that's how big it is. Wow, that's creepy. We're getting close to Dull Flats, which is the end of North Carolina on the Appalachian Trail. Once we get there, we'll be in Tennessee until we hit Virginia. I wish I could put on my drone, but in order to do that, I would have to take my pack off and dig for it. My drone is down in the middle of my pack somewhere to prevent it from the rain earlier. And I don't want to take my pack off. Oh, let me rephrase that. Once I get to Dull Flats, there's some big rocks, and I'm going to take my pack off there, and I'm going to check my cell phone, because like I said, I posted a message on Facebook asking if there's anybody in the area that could host me for a night, because all the hostels are full. I'm not holding my breath on anybody responding positively, but it could happen. So I'm going to check my phone at Dull Flats and see if anybody responded, and probably nobody did. So I will put my pack back. I'll have some water, put my pack back on, and keep hiking. There's about 2.5 miles from Dull Flats down to the road, and then from there I'll have to walk to the station or Mountain Harbor and get something to snack on. Tomorrow I will hike the 4 miles to the refuge for my mail drop. But there's no point in going there today because somebody already called and said they're full. So another hiker earlier this morning told me she called, and I was right, they were completely full. So, but this is Dull Flats. Wish I could, sorry I don't have my drone up, but I do need to figure out a way to carry my drone. While it fits into the chest pocket on the sweatshirt that I'm wearing, it's not a great fit. And once the weather warms up permanently, I probably won't even be carrying this. I'll probably ship it home. I might ship it home. It does make a good pillow, so maybe not. But I should have pushed on to here yesterday. It would have made it a much easier hike down into town. But I've had bad luck in the past, when I make a decision, okay, it's gonna rain today, I'm definitely not gonna hike, and then it doesn't rain, and on the days I don't hike, it doesn't rain, and on the days I do hike, I get dumped on. So there really is never a good choice. You never know what all is gonna happen. All right, we're almost to the signpost. There used to be a sign that said leaving North Carolina, but I don't see it. Might have gotten blown down from Helena. We'll see when I get there. Maybe it's still there. Oh, yep, there it is. It's just beyond, right before you enter the woods again, is where it is. God, my socks are soaked. They're waterproof. They're supposed to be keeping my feet dry. Well, I mean, I don't know, maybe my feet are dry. It's hard to tell. But, alright. Leaving North Carolina. Entering Tennessee. For, well, the rest of my hike. In this state, anyway. This is the end of the border between North Carolina and Tennessee. And we are officially and permanently in Tennessee until we get to Virginia. Alright, we're going to see how this works. In the fog. We're just leaving Bell Flats. We are in Tennessee. I talked to the owner of Mountain Harbor. Or I guess, I don't know if she's an owner or just an employee. But she reached out to me, told me that I can camp there. They'll have the food truck open from between 4 and 8. So I'll be able to get some food there. We'll see how that goes. I was really hoping for someplace warm because my tent is completely soaked. I didn't even pack it into its stuff sack. I simply shoved it into the trash bag and stuffed it on the top of my pack. But hopefully I'll be able to get down there in a couple more hours. I think I'm like 2.5 or 2.8 from the road, but it's all downhill, so as long as it's not too slippery, it should be smooth sailing. So we'll see how it goes. Obviously, if I've only got a single packet of instant pea soup left. There is no other food in my pack right now, so not making it to the road really isn't an option. I kind of need that food truck tonight. When I stayed there last year, they made a Reuben that was to die for. Thick pieces of pork. Oh man, it was so good. Cannot describe how good it was. Coming off the mountain, having a huge, thick cut Reuben sandwich. Ooh, yummy. So I think I ate 3 of their Reubens last year. They have a smoke. That was annoying. I was walking down the trail, and then all of a sudden it lost track of me and landed. I mean, it's good that it lands when it loses track of you, but it's annoying when you're trying to record a video and talking to the camera, and then all of a sudden it just lands on you. So I switched it back to manual control, and I was able to get it to take off and reacquire me. So now we're back in follow mode. I've got to go slow because this trail is just so slippery. I do not want to fall again. I've already fallen 4 times today. Hopefully the knee injury isn't too severe. I fell early in the day, and my right leg went out forward ahead of me, and my back leg collapsed underneath me, so I kind of landed on my knee. I've had that type of fall before. It's never fun. It's always painful, and usually I can keep hiking when it happens, but then when I stop, my knee will stiffen, and I won't be able to walk tomorrow, and that's what I'm afraid of. So we'll see what happens. The hostel, the Mountain Harbor, like I said, they have tent camping, but they don't have showers, and they don't have showers or laundry, which is... Oh, damn. There's another huge worm. What the hell is up with these massive worms? I'm not going to take the time to record that one, because I'd have to stop recording on the drone, and I've already got the drone up and working, doing its thing, so we're going to just keep going on the drone for now. Like I said, I got about 2 miles to the road, but it's all downhill. At some point, maybe a mile from the road, I think, I'll hit a old gravel roadbed, and that's what the trail is for the last mile down. Last year, when I got to Mountain Harbor, I was coming down, and it started pouring when I was about a mile from the road, and I didn't even take out my poncho. I just put my head down and kept walking, and when I got to Mountain Harbor, I was utterly soaked. And I lost the drone again. Alright. I got about 5 minutes of battery flying time left. Hopefully the drone will keep track of me this time. It is really annoying when it loses track of me. I mean, it's fixable, it's just super annoying. Once the drone runs out of battery power, though, that's it. I'm not going to switch out batteries. I don't want to take off my pack again. So tomorrow, I guess I'll have to get up, hike up to the refuge, get my package, and do some laundry and take a shower up there. I'm hoping the Mountain Harbor will do a breakfast in the morning. They said when I talked to the worker, the lady, she said she wasn't sure if they were doing a breakfast. I really hope they do, because it's the best hiker breakfast on the entire trail. It's really spectacular. Alright. It's about 3:49 according to my phone, and I've got about 1 mile left to make it to the road. My feet are starting to feel like I got blisters forming on them. My knees starting to stiffen up. I knew it would. I haven't even stopped. I've been hiking non-stop for, well, all day. No breaks, except for the 10 minutes it took me to switch from my normal socks to my waterproof socks. But other than that, I've been going all. And I guess I did stop for a brief minute at Dolls Flat, but yeah, I've been hiking non-stop all day, and my feet are just absolutely wrecked. Probably because they're wet. I mean, if my feet were dry, they'd be fine, but because they're wet, they're just not holding up. Anyway, 1 more mile, I can do that. It's still downhill, so I made it to the group campsite. I got about 0.6 left till I get to the road, and then it's another 0.2 to the hostel. But yep. So that's the group campsite. It's a pretty enough campsite, I guess. It's not really a lot of room for a group, but I guess it'll work. Well, I'm almost to the road. It's starting to threaten to rain. Hopefully I can get to the hostel and get my tent set up before it actually starts downpouring on me. I am going to put my phone away and focus on getting safely off this mountain before the rain starts. Good morning. It is April 9th. This is where I slept last night. I was pretty warm until I had to get up. I'm at Mountain Harbor Hostel, or what's left of it anyway. Oh man, my feet are not liking this, and it's cold as heck out here. I've got my hoodie and my puffy on. It's only the second time I've worn my puffy this hike. Oh, as you can see, there's a lot of water on the ground here. It rained pretty heavily here. Fortunately, I didn't get rained on as much. Oh man, my feet are killing me. Good thing I'm not planning on walking today, but man, I wish there was someplace warm I could sit. There's not, unfortunately. Unless I want to pay for a room at one of the bed and breakfast rooms, and those are freaking expensive. I don't want my socks. I'm wearing my only dry pair of socks. I do not want them to get wet. I'm gonna try to avoid the standing water on the ground. I have a single packet of split pea soup that I'm going to eat. There's some seating areas over here that I'm going to go and sit down at. And I wanted to show you the hostel, what's left of it. The water was pretty high. There's a picture, there's a line drawn where the water got to. I didn't take a picture of it yesterday, and so I'm gonna have to take a picture of that and put it in the video before I upload the video. But I got 3 videos I'm uploading today, so you'll get some interesting stuff to watch. Oh man, my feet are hurting. Oh, and my boots are completely soaked, so don't want to put them on if I don't have to. So there's the new hostel that they're working on building. That river right there, completely flooded. And then there's this little stream here. I'm going to put my phone down for a minute until I get closer. So as you can clearly see, the hostel is not quite ready for habitation yet, but it's a work in progress. And over there's the food truck where I had a really nice hamburger last night, cheeseburger. That's the main house up there, but I can't afford to stay there. So the bottom of my sleeping bag is completely soaked from yesterday, but on the inside it is completely dry, which is nice. And because I'm just using both my sleeping bags last night, not just the one, but both, my feet were quite warm. So, I really like this sleeping bag. Big Agnes did a really spectacular job when they designed this.